Ash okay?
Ash. Awesome, man. We'll look forward to seeing you there. And we are live for our pre-market analysis. Good morning, everyone on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. And good morning to everyone in our live trading room. Hope everyone had a good weekend. And let's just get right to it because there's a lot of opportunities. And I'm really excited to trade the markets today and make some good money. And let's make it... let's focus on making base hits to start off since we've been out for 3 days. And then we just incrementally scale our trades and we can make it a home run type of day. That's my attitude coming into today. So with that being said, guys, I am going to keep an eye on the overall S&P 500. So we're in earnings season. The banks are reporting, and the banks always give nice insight for investors on how the financial system is working, and especially with the forecast that they're providing. So some banks that reported were Goldman Sachs this morning. Goldman Sachs is gapping up pretty nicely, almost into all-time highs, pulling back a little bit. So that's one name I'm actually gonna watch today. Goldman Sachs. So GS. GS is gonna be on my A list today. And the way I see it is this. All-time highs is 309 or like 310 range. Right now it's pulling back to 306. So if we can reclaim 308 and rip higher, I like Goldman Sachs for a long, and we can put our stops very low risk, probably to like 305. If it fails the 305 and trades lower to 303, maybe even gap fills, we can possibly even short the stock. So that's one idea I've got. Bank of America just reported earnings today. It is gapping down. It traded a little bit higher, then sold off. So the way I see it is this. Right now it's in a nice bear flag consolidation, high of 32.70. If it rips above 32.70, we can go long, put our stops at 32.45. You're talking about a 25-cent risk on that trade for potential move to the upside, maybe to 33 and higher. Now, if it sells off and breaks below 32.45, we can go for a short, probably buy like 32 puts or 33 puts and trade it downward. So those two banks, I'm going to keep it on my list for today. Another name that I'm going to watch is, of course, Tesla. I think I bring up Tesla every single day, but it's because it moves tremendously. So Tesla is gapping up about 10 points. Right now, it's holding this area, which is a key area of 837. The reason why it's gapping up is because they started deliveries with vehicles in China. I think the Model Y. So that's good news for Tesla. China is the biggest EV market in the world, so Tesla is a huge beneficiary of that, and they're killing it. They're killing it. I know their stock is elevated. Their price to earnings ratio is elevated as well. A lot of bears out there arguing that this stock has already been fully priced, and it's very possible. But I mean, fundamentally, these guys Elon is just delivering, and he's being rewarded. So Tesla is always in play. So if it breaks below 837. We could possibly play for a short. Probably have to put our stops at 840. So that's a $3 risk right there on the trade. However, if it rips higher from 840 and we see it break above the 844 area, you go long. This thing will probably rip to 850. All right. So those are my two ideas. The short idea and the long idea on Tesla. Another name that I like is Roku. Why? Roku's trading very lightly this morning, but it's bull flagging. And it's bull flagging because it got a price target upgrade, if I'm not mistaken, to $475. When I saw that price target, I just couldn't believe it. So Roku is just on a continued rip to the upside. Let me just verify if I got the price target correct. Roku 475 from JP Morgan, and they initiated at an overweight. So they're telling their investors, when you look at your portfolio, allocate an overweighted allocation to your portfolio on Roku, which could represent anywhere between 2 to 7% of an entire portfolio. And the thing is, 2 to 7% of an entire portfolio for an institutional investor or for investors that have millions and billions of dollars, that's a big representation of their portfolio. So that's what JP Morgan is telling their investors based on their research and their price target. So pull up a daily chart on Roku. What is it doing? Bull flagging. Straight up bull flagging. And the A has caught to the bottom of the bull flag, and today could possibly be the bounce. So I think today potentially we could see Roku break out into all-time highs, once again. So I like Roku a lot. Roku is going to be on my A list along with Tesla. Another name that I'm potentially just going to watch, it's going to be on my B list, is LMND. Another B list item is going to be BlackBerry, BB. So if BlackBerry breaks below 1030, you can go for a short. But if it breaks above 1060, you can go long. That's a 30-cent window right there that you're playing with. You just need to wait for a decision to be made on the stock. So whatever that directional move is on BlackBerry, mark up your charts if you like this stock because it's a cheaper stock and this stock has been ripping to the upside. That's an idea that you can play there. All right, it's going to be a B-list stock for me though. I like PLTR. So some news came out on PLTR that let me see here. Gosh, I put so much research here that sometimes I forget. They nailed a deal with a large institution. Goodness, where is my PLTR research? Okay, I know I saw it, and it's somewhere in the Discord. So, nonetheless, PLTR is in play today. So, what do I see? If it breaks above 26.55, you go long. That's pre-market highs. You can put your stops probably at like 26.40, 26.30 if you want to give it a little room. You're talking about a 25-cent risk for potential move to a nice upside here. The other day, PLTR hit a high of $28 or almost $28 before it sold off with the rest of the market. I think today, as long as the market holds and if the market is strong and buyers are coming in, then we could potentially see 26.90 range on PLTR and perhaps break above 27.50, right? So those are the targets that I'm looking at. PLTR is going to be an A-list stock for me today. Another name that I like is Alibaba. Alibaba, pull up a daily chart. Taj and I, we nailed it to the T on this one. We found some bottoming action here when it oversold. We actually told traders to go for a swing trade. We've been day trading Alibaba for the past couple of weeks, but on a swing trade perspective, Alibaba was looking really good. What did it just do? It's about to fill the gap to 253, which was our call on the gap fill. So look at this consolidation and look at this flag that it's created in pre-market. So very nice and very tight consolidation. If it breaks above 251, guys, go long. Put your stops right here at 249.80 or even 250. You're talking about $1.20 risk potentially around there for Alibaba. And potential upside, you could talk about, my price target is 253, 255. So you're talking about a $3 to $5 reward on the stock. So right there alone, that risk reward ratio is greater than 2 to 1, which is a good idea for a day trade. If it breaks below, the 250 area and we see some weakness and it's trading to the downside, you can short it, put your stops at high of day or pre-market high, which is 251 and change. So once again, we've got an upside idea, we got a downside idea. I don't have a crystal ball. Wherever the charts show me at the moment, that's how I'm going to trade it. Another name I'm going to watch is Tilray. Tilray has been wild this morning. High of 2060, low of 1870. So clearly, there's a lot of fluctuation in price action. A lot of traders are already in this stock. Last trading day, we nailed the short. We shorted it from 21. We got 20 puts, and Taj nailed a 55% gain on those puts. Covered the position at 19 bucks. And if you pull up a daily, this stock is still in overbought territory. RSI is at 86. It's trading above the upper Bollinger Band. The 8 MA on the daily is at $15. So I think that maybe we could get more sell-off today. But if it decides to rip, let's play it long. Then I'm gonna do the same strategy I did last time. I'm gonna buy some puts and hold on to that sucker because we got rewarded on that one. So TLRY is in my A list for today. Another name that I'm gonna watch is STLA. So it's Stellantis, and this is the merger with two automotive companies in Europe. And this is the first day that it's going to start trading. So I kind of want to keep an eye on this one because maybe this one can get bought up today since it's trading for the first time from that merger news. So Right now, it's got a really tight consolidation. So if it breaks above 17.31, I'll buy it and put my stops at 17 bucks. I'll give it a 30-cent risk on the trade, and who knows where this can go. So I like this one. I like this one a lot. Some other names I'm going to keep an eye on: NEO, AMD, AMC. AMC is a cheap stock right now, and everyone's buying it up. A lot of day trading communities are in it. So the way I see it is this: if AMC breaks above $2.88, you can buy it, go long, put your stops at $2.74. You're talking about a 13-cent risk on the trade. So for every 1,000 shares that you buy of AMC, you're talking about a $130 risk. Potential upside could be significant. Look at the daily chart on this one. This one is beaten down. Beaten down. So just looking at the daily chart, you've got a little bit of overhead resistance at $2.95. If it breaks above that, you could probably see $3.25 today. So that's just what I'm seeing on the daily chart, and some overhead resistance on it as a day trader's perspective. So with that being said, there's a lot of names. And I'm just going to pass it on to Tosh because I'm looking at the time, and I want to give him his amount of time to talk about his trades. So, Tosh?
Yeah, man. So, really nice list. I'm just going to add a couple more names to it that I'll be taking a look at. One name will actually be one of the hotter stocks last week, GameStop. Ticker GME. So GameStop, as a few of you know, was extremely hot all last week. You have one day where it almost doubled in value within one day. And over the past couple of days, we've been having a little bit of consolidation going on. And look what we have going on right now. Stock closed at $35.50 on Thursday. We are now gapping up to about $42, which is only $1 away from that high of $43, which if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the all-time high on GameStop. So what does that mean? Clearly, this stock is not done running, right? There's a potential that we could break out of that 43, and that would be a bull flag breakout on the daily chart. The RSI, as of Thursday's close, was at 74.7. So I'm assuming it's probably close to 80 right now with the pre-market action. But it's setting up a nice flag even on the pre-market data. So the way I would look at it, I would play it long, right around 42.70. You can play stops around 41, 41.30. It is going to be a little bit of a wider risk because of the just how volatile it is, even during the pre-market session. However, if this stock is able to break above 43 again, if it's able to break above that pre-market high, break above 43, who knows where this can go? Remember, this stock has an extremely high short squeeze. Yeah. So there's a chance that this can continue to squeeze out traders shorting this stock. So I'm not sure what the let's see, short interest GME. I'm just giving that some time to pop up. Okay, so the short interest to float unavailable now. Okay. Well,
I could check on Merrill Edge. Let me see.
Okay, because I believe last week was around like 102%. So that goes to show, like, this stock can continue to squeeze to the upside. So this is definitely going to be on my A list. Like I said, look for longs around 42.70, and you can place your stops at the bottom around 41, 41.20, somewhere within that range. But I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that out of the gates. Now, one thing I'll caution with GME, the contracts may be a little spready right out of the gates. Yeah. So be very careful with the contracts that you're buying. Don't buy the contracts if it has like $1 spread or 50-cent spread. Mm-hmm. If you do decide to buy it, just be aware that, if you place a market order, there's a potential that you could get a bad fill, right? Me, I always do limit orders, especially in circumstances like that, so I can take advantage of it. But I just bring that up to, just be aware of it.
Yep.
Another name I'll be watching is Facebook. Facebook actually had some price target upgrades, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Price target to 345 from 340 from some analysts. KeyBank 345. BMO Capital 325. So some really nice price target upgrades. I believe the price levels are the all-time high. Yep, all-time high on Facebook was 304.67. So these price targets are above the all-time high. If you actually look on a technical perspective of Facebook, it's bouncing very nicely off of that daily 200 MA. And this is one of the strongest support zones in the entire stock market. The 200 MA is like, if you look at any chart, a lot of times you'll see big bounces off of the 200 MA. And when I say big bounces, I mean this stock could easily go back up to its all-time high from this level. So
this is actually a nice opportunity to get in as a swing as well.
Great opportunity for a swing. Yeah, if you want to start a swing position, get in, throw your stops at the low here around 244.60.
Yep.
And let it ride up. We're getting a nice bounce off this level. $5 move in the pre-market action. I believe this is trading above that high from Wednesday where we had the big sell-off. Mm-hmm. So we're breaking above that. The next resistance is obviously going to be the 8 of May, which is at 257.02. Mm-hmm. If we're able to break above that, I could easily see Facebook, test back up to that 260 level. And maybe even test a 20 MA. We'll see what type of day the overall market has. So far, there seems to be a bullish sentiment going on. SPYs are gapping up. I believe the Qs are gapping up as well. So there's a lot of positive momentum to the upside. So Facebook, Mark's going to continue that rally. Facebook is going to be an excellent name to trade. The way I play it with the pre-market data is you can take it long around 257, throw your stops around 256.10.
Yep.
Looking at about a 80 to 90 cent risk, which is pretty solid on Facebook. So that would give you the one-to-one to test that daily 8 of it, right? Right there around 257. So if it's able to break above that, like I said, I can easily see this thing shoot up to 260. So you're looking at a potential 3-to-1 trade right out of the gates on Facebook. So that's another name I'll be keeping a very, very close eye on. Another name I'll be watching is Plug. So Plug, again, is another name that has just been on fire lately over the past 2 weeks here. And you're getting a nice gap up off of Thursday's sell-off. So one of the main reasons I really like Plug is if you actually look on the daily, it's right there on its 8 of May. And now you're having a gap up above, close to the high of the candle on Thursday, which was 65. I think the pre-market session came very close to hitting it. 64.60. So if we're able to break out above that, I mean, what's stopping Plug from going on another run?
Yeah.
Maybe test that high again at 73.90. We had that. This is the refresh. This is the breather that the stock was looking for.
Yep.
So there's a potential that, hey, if the stock really has a lot of momentum, this thing could bounce right back up again to $74, right? Not saying that's going to happen today, but over a span of a few days, that is definitely in the cards. So the way I would play Plug right out of the gates, I would play it long around 63.50 and throw my stops around 62.80, 87.
Yep.
So you're looking at about a 60 to 70 cent risk on a stock like Plug, where you can easily test the pre-market high at 64.70. So that's an easy one-to-one, if not 2-to-1 trade right out of the gates if you're able to trigger and get that that's going to the upside. So that's also another name I'll have on my A list.
Yo, Todd, look at GM. Sorry to interrupt. Look at GM.
General Motors. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some news that just came out.
Yeah, I posted it in the Stock Alerts channel.
Oh, partnership with Microsoft.
Yep.
Commercial self-driving vehicles. Okay, well, this is definitely going to be probably at the top of the list now.
Yeah, this is in play.
All right, cool. So how do we play General Motors? Well, I mean, you just had a huge move out of the gates, backed by a lot of volume. It's doing, 300,000 plus shares on a lot of these candlesticks. The way I'd play it, I'd wait for a break around like 53.80, 53.70 or so. Throw your stops at the low, this flag around 53.20. And let's see if we can get some momentum to the upside. This is really big news, actually.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a company like General Motors partnering with, a company like Microsoft, those are two heavyweights,
Mm-hmm.
coming together for a common goal. So definitely keep a close eye on GM. I don't believe this is all time highs, right, on GM.
I think it is. I pulled up a 5-year chart. Let me see. Let me pull up a 10-year chart.
Oh yeah,
20.
it is. I just went back.
I'm
Yeah,
going back 20 years, and yeah, this is all-time high. This is a huge breakout on General Motors.
oh yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah, this is a big
Very
deal.
big deal.
Nice.
Even on the daily, you're breaking out of bull flag as well.
Yep. Oh, this is good. It's on our A list now.
Yeah, so definitely keep a close eye on GM. And I mean, with that being said, some of the other names that I had written down were names that you already went over. I guess one more that's kind of on my B list is Virgin Galactic Space.
Yeah.
I just want to keep an eye on it because it is testing that recent high of around $35, $35, and it's flagging up here around this level. So I would just watch it for if it starts to pick up momentum, right? I like it long if it's able to break out above 32.75. You can place your stops around 32.30, 32.20, and see if it can have that momentum to the upside. If it can take out that Thursday high and maybe even that Wednesday high, you can see Virgin Galactic really pick up some speed. But other than that, like I said, that's going to be on my B list. At the top of the list, as of now, definitely General Motors with that news that came out. That's going to be huge for the stock. Also, Facebook, BABA, and Plug. Those are going to be like my top. I believe that was 4 that I mentioned. Top 4.
Yeah. I want to throw one more name in there. FUTU. This stock, if you pull up a daily chart on this, so Friday it had a sell-off, but then today, look at the daily. It's completely taken out the sell-off from Friday, going up into all-time highs. And I did put up this name as part of the research. We got a price target upgrade on it to $90. It is from it's not from a tier 1 firm, but this stock has just been on fire. I mean, there's nothing stopping it. So that $90 price target from that analyst is clearly causing the stock to get bought up. It trades with really light volume, So I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one because, hey, this could make us some real easy money here. Let me see if there's some short float interest on this one. On FUTU, FUTU. I'm not getting anything yet from our. Oh, unable to retrieve data. Okay, so nonetheless, I can tell just by the way it's trading that it's either a small float or there's some short interest on it because of the way it trades. I mean, it just traded 8,000 shares and popped up 2 points. I mean,
Yeah.
that's an indication right there. It's a low float. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. There's a lot of good names, man, that we can play today. So I'm excited. Today's gonna be a good day. So
We have about 10 seconds before the market opens. So again, let's go for the base hit and make sure that you're staying within your first parameters. Alex, I think you might have to end the
yep.
pre analysis. You got it?
Yep. So everyone on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow.